Hades, one of the most mysterious and feared gods of Greek mythology, ruled the underworld with authority, yet rarely stepped into the lives of mortals. Unlike his brothers Zeus and Poseidon, Hades was not associated with the skies or the seas, but with the realm of the dead. His domain was a vast, shadowed underworld known as Hades, where souls journeyed after life, passing through gates guarded by Cerberus, the three-headed dog. Though often portrayed as grim or cruel, Hades was neither evil nor malevolent. He maintained balance between life and death, enforcing the natural order and protecting the sacred laws of mortality. Born as the eldest son of the Titans Cronus and Rhea, Hades was swallowed at birth by his father, only to be freed later by Zeus during the Titanomachy. After defeating the Titans alongside his siblings, the three brothers drew lots to divide the cosmos. Zeus claimed the heavens, Poseidon the seas, and Hades the underworld, each governing their realm with absolute authority. Hades' kingdom was often depicted as dark, cavernous, and inaccessible to the living, yet it was essential to the cycle of life, offering a place for souls to reside after death. The underworld was more than a single realm. It contained many regions and rivers, each with its own purpose. The River Styx, the most famous, was a barrier between the living and the dead, where souls swore unbreakable oaths. The Acheron, Cocytus, Lethe, and Phlegethon were rivers that played roles in judgment, punishment, and purification. The dead were ferried across the rivers by Charon, the grim boatman, who demanded a coin for passage. Those without proper burial or coins were left wandering the banks, unable to enter Hades' realm. Hades himself was rarely seen by mortals, yet his presence influenced myths profoundly. His marriage to Persephone, daughter of Demeter, is one of the most famous stories in Greek mythology. According to legend, Hades abducted Persephone to be his queen in the underworld, causing Demeter, goddess of the harvest, to grieve and halt the fertility of the earth. Eventually a compromise was reached. Persephone would spend part of the year with Hades in the underworld and part with Demeter on the earth, explaining the cycle of the seasons. This story illustrates Hades' power, but also the deep connection between life, death, and rebirth in Greek thought. Hades was depicted with regal dignity, often crowned and holding a scepter or a key, symbols of his rule. He was associated with wealth, known as Plauten because precious metals and fertile soil emerged from the ground. Unlike the chaotic or impulsive gods of Olympus, Hades was steadfast, impartial, and unyielding. His role was to enforce divine law over the souls of the dead, ensuring that justice was meted out fairly, whether through reward or punishment. Within the underworld were several distinct areas for souls based on their lives. Elysium, the realm of the blessed, welcomed heroes and virtuous individuals, offering eternal peace and pleasure. Tartarus, in contrast, was a place of torment for the wicked, where divine punishment awaited the guilty. The Asphodel Fields housed ordinary souls, wandering in a shadowy, unremarkable existence. Hades maintained order across these domains, balancing mercy with strict judgment. Many myths illustrate Hades' interaction with mortals and gods. Orpheus, a mortal musician, journeyed to the underworld to retrieve his wife Eurydice. Hades, moved by Orpheus's music and devotion, granted him permission to take Eurydice back, with a crucial condition: he must not look back until they reached the upper world. Orpheus failed, and Eurydice was lost forever. This story highlights Hades' complexity, capable of compassion, yet unwavering in enforcing rules. The abduction of Persephone also emphasizes themes of love, power, and transformation. In some versions, Persephone ate pomegranate seeds, binding her to the underworld. Her dual existence between life and death mirrors the human experience of growth, loss, and renewal. Hades' relationship with Persephone was not one of cruelty but of partnership. She became the queen of the underworld, wielding influence and authority alongside him. Hades' symbols extended beyond his appearance. Cerberus, his loyal three-headed dog, represented vigilance and the inevitability of death. The Helm of Darkness, a magical helmet given to him by the Cyclopus, allowed him to become invisible, a metaphor for the unseen nature of death. These symbols reinforced Hades' control over his domain, emphasizing both fear and respect among gods and mortals alike. Despite common misconceptions, Hades was not synonymous with evil. He was feared, yes, but also respected. Mortals and gods understood the necessity of death, and Hades embodied that reality. Myths often reveal the delicate balance of human existence. Life is precious precisely because death is inevitable. Hades' impartiality underscores the moral framework of Greek mythology, teaching that actions have consequences, and that even gods must respect the laws of the universe. Hades was also connected to wealth and fertility in more subtle ways. The mineral riches beneath the earth, the metals, and gemstones, were his domain, making him a god of prosperity in addition to death. This duality, death and wealth, reflects the Greek understanding of life and nature. Destruction and creation exist side by side. and Hades' governance ensures harmony between the two. Over time, Hades became a complex figure in art, literature, and religious practice. Temples dedicated to him were rare, as mortals often avoided invoking his name directly. Yet rituals, prayers, and offerings were made to honor the dead, appease the god, and seek his favor. Festivals like the Anthesteria, which celebrated the spirits of the dead, acknowledged Hades' crucial role in the human and divine order. Hades' stories also intersect with morality, leadership, and the inevitability of fate. Heroes like Heracles, Theseus, and Perseus faced challenges in the underworld, confronting death and emerging transformed. These tales illustrate that courage, virtue, and cleverness can succeed even under the watchful eyes of death itself. The underworld is not merely a place of punishment. It is a realm of trials, lessons, and the ultimate reflection of mortal life. Hades remains a figure of fascination in modern culture. From literature and films to video games and popular mythology podcasts, his story captivates audiences worldwide. His character embodies power, mystery, and the profound inevitability of mortality. By exploring Hades in the underworld, we gain insight into ancient Greek values, the human condition, and the timeless struggle between life, death, and purpose. As we reflect on Hades' myths, consider the deeper lessons they offer. The inevitability of death teaches us to live intentionally. The balance between judgment and mercy reminds us that fairness and responsibility matter. Hades' rule over the unseen world symbolizes the unseen forces shaping our lives. And the story of Persephone reminds us that transformation often comes through cycles of challenge and growth. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into Hades and the underworld, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more explorations of mythology and ancient stories. Comment below and let us know which god, goddess, or myth you'd like us to explore next. Your suggestions help shape our channel and bring ancient myths to life for everyone to enjoy.